humans, one of our most basic and important needs, of course, followed by our physiological needs, is belonging. And this is, I believe, is the why to most of the things that we do in life. This was always very evident for me. First of all, I was born in a country where nobody looked like me. At school, I was the only mixed race student. My hair, my skin color, or how well I spoke Turkish, even though this was my own mother tongue, was often the topic of conversations. Maybe because of this difference, I have actually learned to be a chameleon who can blend in with different crowds throughout my school years. Moving to the UK to study meant I had to fit into another culture where visually I fit in more easily, but culturally it was very different. And once again, I was trying to fit in, but finding it difficult as most of the time I was being laughed at for my accent and lack of understanding of British culture. I found it hard to make real connections with people, and trying to become a graphic designer in a foreign country was something else. Now, you get the gist. I've never felt like I fitted in, and I was also often told what I couldn't do or what I couldn't be. First, I couldn't be a designer, then I was told I couldn't become a leader, because I was told leaders were born and not made. So yes, I still kept going. And soon enough, I discovered that this plain fact of being the odd one out, or the weirdo, or the willingness to keep going was also the very reason I have fitted into so many different groups socially. And I was never alone, never short of friendships. And maybe, in fact, I had too many diverse groups of friends. Because obviously, deep down, I really wanted to belong and to be creative. Becoming a chameleon was my way of belonging to many different groups. Realizing the benefits of being able to adapt to these groups, learning to have different conversations, small talk, as well as serious conversations, was the start of discovering my own people skills. So through my need to belong, to blend in, to find my tribe, and my need of approval, I've learned a lot about people. And guess what? I don't think I was alone. I've learned that everybody needs these things. It turns out that we all need a tribe. We all need somewhere where we feel we belong. We all seek that approval, those interactions and exchanges of ideas, and those smiles and hugs to feel alive. So the very reason that I thought I wasn't enough, or I was made to think I wasn't enough, or that I was an outsider, was the very reason I was able to lead with my heart. It was the very reason I had the passion to bring people together in the first place. It was the very reason I wanted to do something, anything, to help people like me who felt stuck in life because they didn't feel creative enough, who constantly questioned themselves and needed reassurance, who weren't privileged enough to have a support system around them to lift them up. Discovering your own power is a journey in which you start seeing your own strengths and weaknesses. Then comes the vulnerability of knowing you can't ever be perfect and you are just you, your own unique self. And once you realize that, and find the courage to be open about it, that's when you can truly be yourself. And people do actually accept you as you are. Of course, at the same time, we can't underestimate the power of pushing yourself to do things out of your comfort zone. No matter how cliche it sounds, this is true. We all know growth isn't possible without some degree of struggle, of course. I'm going to take a moment because I think I've spoke too much, too quickly. This is how I started volunteering for the biggest face-to-face creative community, CreativeMornings. I started as social media manager, and my passion for facilitating events meant that I got more and more involved, and I am now the host of CreativeMornings, Cardiff. This is actually from one of the first events that I started working. I think that was almost 5 years ago, and you can see it was in a coffee shop, and that's all I'm doing. I'm socializing on and tweeting throughout the event. So taking over the hosting responsibilities was very scary. I didn't think I was confident enough to stand up and talk in front of people. I didn't think my English was clever enough. I also didn't think I was creative enough. Basically, I was shit scared to fail because, of course, I've failed many times before. I've lost jobs, and most importantly, I've never led a group of volunteers before. However, I'm proud to say that since then, we have grown our audience per event. We have created more collaborations through the network that we've built. We've had more diverse speakers from an incredible range of different backgrounds. And I've learned, and I'm still learning, how to work collaboratively with a group of passionate people who are giving up their own time with nothing in return apart from the love of community, since we're all volunteers. It's still scary to stand in front of people. It's still challenging to collaborate and lead a team from time to time, but I come to an understanding that I just kind of need to get over myself, because I feel like the things that we bring, the people that we bring together, and the community matters a lot more. The team and I just love creating a space for people to be inspired, to inspire, to share stories, to feel supported, to feel educated or enlightened, and to be exposed to subjects or people which they would not in their daily lives. Especially, especially these days, we are really learning the beauty of communities and the value of face-to-face interactions. And I guess the importance of our roles as community leaders or members in bringing people together is crucial these days. We still need these interactions, just like this online event, and just like every CreativeMornings event that's been carried out digitally, and many more amazing online gatherings. I don't think our roles has changed at all. I believe we need to keep being that glue to hold people together, facilitating those interactions, just on different platforms for now, but inspiring and empowering people to be creative, open, and courageous by being creative and open and courageous ourselves. Thank you.